This ad, by the way, is going to do some damage. I'm not saying we're going to lose. I'm just saying this race is closer than you think. And if you think otherwise, you're out of your mind. The Trump team just launched an ad. This is one of the more devastating ones of the cycle I've seen in a long time. I want you to watch this and spread this around everywhere you can, because this one's going to really sting. Check this out.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Is that a position that you agree with?
We need to probably think about starting from scratch.
Say it loud. Say it clear. Everyone is welcome here.
Raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross a border.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
You support giving universal health care, Medicare for all to people who are in this country illegally?
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public health, period.
You support the Medicare for All bill. I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance. For people out there who like their insurance, well, they don't get to keep it.
Let's eliminate all of that.
Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
As President of the United States, I am prepared to pass a Green New Deal.
Would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes.
What is the solution for voters who have jobs and interests in the fossil fuel industry?
Transition into the jobs of the future.
But would you support changing the dietary guidelines, reduce red meat specifically?
Yes, I would.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
Eugene, QW in the chat. Disagree, Mr. Bongino. If Kamala's up, the media wouldn't be whitewashing her record, her history. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're acting like this is all legit and on the up and up. Folks, you are assuming that people follow politics. Eugene, I appreciate the comment. I'm not trying to be a smartass with you. Eugene QW. I thank you. You are making one big dangerous assumption, and I'll prove it. You're assuming people have been watching this the entire time like you have and know her record. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. You realize after the 2020 election, which was not on the up and up, 17%, nearly 1 in 5 Biden voters had no idea about the Hunter Biden laptop? You're making a biased assessment based on, it's a compliment to you. You follow this every day. You're like, oh my gosh. No way. Nobody knows about that. The media is just fixing. To the regular American public that's not watching it like you are, this is the first time they're hearing about her. You'd be stunned how many people don't even know who the vice president is. Eugene, that's a big mistake, brother. I'm telling you right now. You better run like we're 1 point behind. Maybe 5. I'm not putting lipstick on anything. I'm telling you the truth. You are assuming a whole lot. There are people out there who don't have a single idea of a single accomplishment Kamala Harris has ever had, who I promise will vote for her tomorrow because they saw the media's coverage. Kamala, yeah, she's like a hero or something. You are assuming way too much. I totally disagree with you. By the way, here's one of her leading contenders for the vice president spot. Governor Tim Walz. I want you to listen to this. This guy thinks socialism is great. I wonder how that's going to play with the South Florida Cuban population, Venezuelans around the country, people who've come here from socialist countries in Europe trying to get away from the tyranny and the political persecution and torture. I wonder how that's going to play. He thinks socialism, it's just like being neighborly. The difference is neighbors don't steal your stuff like socialists. This is one of her leading contenders for vice president. You think she's some moderate? Check this out.
But we can get out there, reach out, make the case. And for one thing, don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness.
Neighborliness, stealing people's stuff, neighborliness. Socialism is taking by force from the population of people you rule in an authoritarian manner, taking by force what you couldn't share in, through some kind of honest, decent representative democracy. It's involuntary sharing. You get what I mean? Otherwise known as theft. It's not neighborliness.